Okay, Coach. Well, after the season ends, the Chargers most likely moving about 12 miles north of here. But for now, we've got football at Sports Park in Carson. Today, it's the opener of a new NFL season between the Indianapolis Colts and the Los Angeles Chargers. Vinatieri out there to kick this one away. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line.
Let's go. First and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
Good. 180.
Silver.
Melvin Gordon, the two-time Pro Bowler. And he's able to plow forward up to about the 29, just shy of the 30. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4 at the 29-yard line.
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4.
Cross the right.
58, right over there. Yeah. Mike, 58, right there.
Come on. Hey. Nice 7.
58.
Rivers. Looking left sideline, but it's incomplete. Keenan Allen, the intended target, and it's 3rd and 4. By the way, I got to apologize because I just realized for about the last 4 or 5 plays, I'm eking over into your territory up here in the booth. My bad. I'm going to get back over to my spot.
Yeah, we're not talking about our on-air commentary. I mean, what is all this extra paper? I mean, this is unusual for you.
My bad.
Normally you run a really tight ship. What's going on here?
Just like that incomplete pass, I'm going to try to tighten things up here for this next play.
Cross the right. White.
Here's Rivers. He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 14 yards is the pickup there and a Charger first down.
First and 10 at the 42-yard line.
Not 180.
I'm going to come back to you.
White, 89.
Now Gordon on first down. And he'll take this for about 4 up to the 46-yard line. And now time is called as we've got an injured Charger down there on the field. Boy, not what you want to see in quarter 1 of the new year. We'll be back. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Now Rivers. And oh, what a catch there by Allen. 22 yards there, a first down.
I don't care who you put on him. He's going to be a handful in one-on-one throws.
Yeah, right now, you're right. They're in man-to-man. Maybe need some safety help.
I would say that'd be a good idea. Double team him somehow. I'm going to have to make someone else beat me rather than let him shred my defense.
Ready.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
Watch the screen.
Rivers now. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes.
I always love the opening game of the season, and for the players, always nice to get those firsts out of the way, isn't it? How about here? The first sack of the season. Not just in the first game, but in the opening drive. That's the way to get things kicked off.
So now 20 yards to go on 2nd down after the sack. Work to be done.
Get that quarterback, D-line. 180.
58.
Rivers to throw it. Hunter Henry brings it in. They get 16 out of that one, but they'll still need to convert on 3rd.
I do believe we'll see a little bit more of this as this game progresses, because when you can have that type of a gain in the middle of the defense, it hurts them in so many ways, because Most teams like to be strong down the middle. And if you can sting them there, that'll open things up for you on the outside as well.
And a big loss here as he's taken down. Justin Houston making his presence felt there in the backfield. Charles, a little bit of feast or famine on this drive. They moved the ball okay, but they've been sacked twice now.
And they've got to figure out how to plug that leak a little bit, right? Keep them away from the quarterback because when he's not being hit, as you mentioned, they're moving the ball well.
The Chargers, a team that's really been plagued by poor field goal kicking the last decade or so, but I think they feel they've solved their problems with Badgley.
I would say so. He went 15 for 16 in 10 games last season, undrafted out of Miami. And remember, he had 5 field goals in the playoffs against the Baltimore Ravens.
Luck and the Colts come up now 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. Back to throw, Luck. Oh, he's going to air it out right away. And that's caught inside the 35. Touchdown, Indianapolis. T.Y. Hilton, 75 yards. And the Colts have taken the lead. Not a whole lot to recap on that drive. Just one play, 75 yards to the house.
Yeah, it's a long way to go. And remember, rarely is it a straight line 75 yards, too. Got to have a little extra. The final number is a well-deserved seat on the bench, a little oxygen if he wants it as well.
And here's Vinatieri now to kick it away after the touchdown. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line just across the 25.
The Chargers take over 1st and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
And now out on the field, here comes Los Angeles. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that
it's caught inside the 25. A big play there for L.A. 53 yards.
That's a big-time pitch and catch right there. And, partner, I remember the days when quarterbacks would try this. They were holding their breath. But nowadays, they're counting on their receiver to be just...
And he takes it in for a Charger touchdown. A 21-yard touchdown run. And the Chargers are going to retake the lead. Solid job up front. Really just a solid job all the way around to get that one in.
That was well executed, wasn't it? Well blocked, well run. End result, 6 points.
Touchdown. Extra point by Badgley, up and good. And the lead is now 10-7. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. And now Indianapolis set to take the field. And last time the formula was pretty simple. One play drive, long pass. That maybe they just want to do that again, right?
And that's exactly how you want to draw things up. Whether it's on your grease board, right, in your playbook, one play drive's exactly what you want on offense. What they have to be careful of is not having a letdown. It was real easy last time. They can't expect that going forward.
Yeah, we'll see if it's that easy here. And this one complete right side to Funchess. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there. The completion good for 3, and it's 2nd down.
The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him get downfield.
Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28.
Let's go, Mexico! Hey, check. Shift! Hey, check. Strong right.
Here's Luck. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
The positioning here is key. As a defensive back, you're taught 99% of the time, make a play on the football. But in this case, making a play on the man was all the difference. That's what forced the incompletion.
They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Here's Lott. Finding Paris Campbell, and there's Campbell's first NFL catch. First catch of the new season for him, and he picks up the first.
What I love about watching the passing game nowadays is that the one-dimensional receiver is really starting to leave the game. You've got to be able to do it all. Of course, you got to run fast. Of course, you got to catch the ball. But route running savvy and toughness is a premium for all of that now.
And now the Chargers are going to look up here and signal for a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. This is Marlon Mack, 3rd-year running back. A big run there, 29 yards and a first.
Coming in, he really liked his chance of having a big year based on a terrific offseason. And runs like that on opening weekend show that he's right.
So from Charger territory now, here's a 1st and 10 as they've got it to the 28-yard line. A shotgun snap for Lott. Over the middle, hauled in by Campbell. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Paris Campbell with his first career touchdown in his first career game. And the Colts are once again going to retake the lead. Vinatieri able to tack on the PAT. And the lead is now 14-10. And here's Vinatieri now to kick it away after the touchdown. This fielded at the 2. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line.
The Chargers take over 1st and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
Here's the Los Angeles offense as they get set to take possession. Touchdowns on back-to-back drives, so a very good flow right now offensively.
Hard to slow them down, too, because they are locked in. Feel like the offense coordinator's a little bit ahead of the defensive guys right now. They're beating them to the punch with their play calls. They've got a nice rhythm they're locked into. How can the defensive guys come up with something that'll disrupt that flow? That's what they're seeking right now.
Well, it's been an exciting sequence to watch. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7.
They're not ready for this, man.
On the counter, here's Gordon.
Y'all playing the wrong football.
A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6. Getting the sense afternoon on the run game.
And why not? What we're seeing so far, working pretty well from them. And here's the best part. We always talk about the best performers do their job when the lights come on. I think he likes natural light best.
Red Delta! 58, boy, 58, 58, Mike. All day, baby, all day. Hey, exit.
On 3rd and 1, here's Rivers. And it's complete. Henry. And he's got the first down as he's up to the 45-yard line.
Good work, boys. Let's go.
Got what they needed there. The drive continues with a 9-yard pickup.
First and 10 at the 45-yard line.
15. Black 15.
Mike, 58, right there.
Guys, it's game situation. Let's go. Check, check. Fresno, Fresno, Fresno.
First down, Rivers. And this is caught. A spectacular one-handed grab there. We are in for a good one as we're through one on EA Sports. Back now to begin the second quarter with Charles Davis, Brandon Gaudin. It's the Chargers here with a football as they've got it with a 1st and 10. Now from Colts territory, here's a 1st and 10 at the 26-yard line. On first down, it's Gordon, and he'll be tackled at the 23 after a gain of 3.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Black 11.
On 2nd and 7, Rivers. That's going to be caught. And he's in for a Charger touchdown. 23 yards for the touchdown. And the Chargers are able to strike for 6. So the quarterback drops to throw, looks over, and boom, a guy that wide open, he has to be thinking, wait a minute, this is some kind of a dream. This is too easy.
Yeah, a great dream. One you don't want to wake up from. But for the defense, almost feels like there was a bust in coverage.
This will be taken in at the 1. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line.
At their own 28-yard line.
A reminder coming up later tonight, the Patriots unfurl their 6 banners. They play host to their rival Steelers. And then on Monday night, it's the one weekend of the year where you get 2 games to wrap up the week. Texans and Saints from New Orleans in the early game, then Broncos and Raiders. Vic Fangio's coaching debut and the Raiders' final season opener in Oakland. That's the late game, 10:30 Eastern. That's good for 28 yards.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. On 1st and 10, Locke. Caught left side by Hilton. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
Nothing fancy on first down, but a very consistent type of a play. Hit that slant. A lot of people call it an extension of the running game, and it can be if that pass is completed, because you hit a guy on the run like that, he often can go for big yardage.
Sets him up nicely for 2nd down, staying ahead of schedule. He'll take a shot for the end zone. And that is caught. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Paris Campbell making quite a splash with his 2nd touchdown in his NFL debut. And the Colts are in for 6. Vinatieri connecting on the extra point, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful.
17.
And here's Vinatieri now to kick it away after the touchdown. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. And now out on the field, here comes Los Angeles. They have to be pleased with the way that they moved the football thus far.
And why wouldn't they be? 2 touchdowns on a field goal in their first 3 possessions. They're playing so well right now, the field goal probably feels like a disappointment.
And he will lose yardage on the play, back at his own 19-yard line.
Well, that wasn't exactly a work of art, was it?
No, that wasn't a thing of beauty. That's just why I don't play in points per reception fantasy league.
Is that what they call
receiver
PPR?
still gets a point there, yeah.
Oh,
and you went that far back, no bueno.
Well, I'll tell you what. I wish I had their defense on my fantasy game.
So they had the big loss on that first down pass play and facing a second and long. Rivers. And this complete to Henry over the middle. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. 22 yards there, a first down.
I know the halftime's approaching, but I don't think he's going to want to take a break. That's his 5th catch.
Yeah, they've really been targeting the tight end. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. They get 10 more there, and I believe that'll be enough for another first down. It will.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving them a whole lot of credit and thanking them for that much space to rumble.
Now from Colts territory, here's a 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. To throw, Rivers. And they will not get the connection there. It's incomplete.
All right, that one fell incomplete there, but the best quarterbacks, they'll miss on 40% of their throws, somewhere in that neighborhood, similar to a great hitter in baseball who's going to fail 7 out of 10 times and still have a great year. In this case, you want perfection, but way better as a color jersey.
On 2nd and 10, Rivers trying to force it to Allen, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Malik Hooker. And a great return as he takes us up just shy of the 45. The intended receiver there, Allen.
Oh, timing is everything on a route like this. He tried to drive that football into a tight spot. And if you're a little early or a little late, chances are there's going to be someone there. And sure enough, this one's going the other way.
Here comes the Indianapolis offense now as they get set to take over. Well, what do you think? You get the ball off the turnover near the middle of the field. You take a shot here in the first play?
You know I'm big on that. I love when I have great field position. After a turnover, I feel like I might have a little bit off balance. I prefer to take a shot, but a lot of coaches will tell you, you only do it if you trust the guy who's got the football in his hands. Meaning, if it's not there, he won't force it downfield and maybe turn it into an interception. He'll go to the check down, go to a second option, and go ahead and take the play that's in front of him.
On 2nd down now, it's Hines. And he'll be taken down just shy of midfield after a gain of about 4.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice gain like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
They'll find Hines out of the backfield. And he is going to get the first down as he covers up after a pretty good shot there. It's a pickup of 6 and good enough to move the chains. Now a first down throw. Luck to the right side to Eric Ebron. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. But this will fortunately wind up out of bounds.
I don't know about you, but I could hear and feel the sigh of relief all the way up here in our booth.
That was palpable. The sideline, the friend there.
No doubt about it. Ball goes over the sideline, able to retain possession, no turnover. I know his coaches are screaming, just hang on to the ball, man.
They'll run on first down with Marlon Mack. And they get to him quickly here as he stopped right around the 13. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. We remind you that coming up in 2 minutes, we'll again head down to visit with Jonathan Coachman in Orlando, back for another year. He'll have scores from around the NFL here on this opening weekend. This goes out right to Doyle, and he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
This is caught. And he's able to pick up the first before he's brought down inside the 5 at the 4. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
At the 4-yard line.
A chance to really cap off a big first half here as they come up on 1st and goal. Now Luck. On the move to his... And he will score. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Andrew Luck on his way to a historic performance. 4 first-half touchdowns. And the Colts add on to their lead. Vinatieri able to tack on the PAT. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. And here's Vinatieri now to kick it away after the touchdown. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Here's the Los Angeles offense as they get set to take possession. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any...
And nowhere to get away. Rivers is dropped. The sack by Marcus Hunt.
I'm starting to feel for that quarterback back there. I mean, you know me. Normally, don't have a lot of empathy for the QB, right? In this case, definitely. He's been under constant duress this entire game. I don't know how he's surviving back there.
And to think, there's still a long way to go in this football game.
All that practice time came to fruition on that play. All those timing routes that they work on through training camp, OTAs, mini camp, and just regular season, they got it done on that one. An outcut, ball was delivered, and picked up the completion.
Travis Benjamin. He's out of bounds right at the line of scrimmage.
The Chargers on third down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5. Working out of the gun, Rivers. He's going to wind up and air it out. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. This secondary has been roasted in this first half, and they get a measure of revenge there. Nice play on the deep ball.
Yeah, they're going to need a few more plays like that in order to get their confidence fully back, but that's one step in the proper direction.
Now a hit and a loose football. And picked up by the Chargers. And they will take over at the 26-yard line. Now after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. Hate to see this. Week 1 of the season. We'll be back.
Stay there. Stay there. Block 15. Pretty quiet, team. Pretty quiet.
Play fake to Gordon. Now Rivers. He's going to take a shot for the end zone. And nearly picked it off. He had a chance to come down with that in the end zone, but it'll wind up just being incomplete. So with 4 seconds to go in the half, here's the field goal unit onto the field. He hit his first. Now this from 43. And this one is no good. He missed it. And this score will stay right where it is. So we are at halftime here in the opener of the 2019 regular season. As we send you to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach? We'll see if Week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. This fielded at the 2. Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
Why we saw that field goal try a moment ago, I'll never understand. But as a result, this offense, they've got to be pumped. 1st and 10 in striking position already. Here's Mack. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
And that's what this defense is going to need to do more in the second half. Good pressure that time, forces some indecision in the backfield. He's going to wind up being taken down for a nice loss.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Now Luck. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down. So he can't hang on, and as I watch that unfold, I remembered an expression that I've heard, maybe from you, I don't know, but you're going to get hit anyways, might as well hold on to the ball.
Well, you know a coach said that, right?
Yeah.
Not an actual player. No chance at all. Way easier said than done.
The Colts on 3rd down. A perfect 3 for 3 as they look to keep that streak going. This is 3rd and 11.
He's checking, he's checking, he's checking.
From the gun, here's Luck. And the Chargers rush is going to get there. Down he goes. Well-timed effort there by Derwin James. A sack from his safety position.
How about that? One of the so-called little guys putting the pressure on. That was a strong safety. When I was in college, we often called that a lightning blitz.
And now Adam Vinatieri. He's into his 40s now. You'd think low to mid-50s, probably about the outside of his range. This will approach NFL record territory. It's a 62-yard attempt. Vinatieri, the NFL's oldest active player, also the league's all-time leading scorer, past Morton Anderson last year.
Yeah, he turned 46 in December of 2018. You really can't see it in his leg. Maybe in the beard.
You can see it in the beard.
Maybe in the beard. That's about it. But as long as he's booting them the way he's booting them, keep going, big guy.
Well, this offense got to be loving this. After the long missed field goal, they'll take over on the other side of the 50. 1st and 10. Following the penalty, here's Gordon. Looking to find a lane, but he can't. Reined in at the line of scrimmage. Clayton Gathers makes the stop. Defense able to get there, swarm to the football. Zilch, zero, nada there for the offense. And nowhere to get away. Rivers is dropped. Justin Houston able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
And that's his 2nd sack of the game, but this player, disruptive in all phases, whether he's going upfield, coming underneath, you name it. He's a big-time guy you have to block.
So it's 3rd and long for the Chargers, and Rivers after the sack.
Cluster, cluster, cluster. 58, boys, 58, 58, it's Mike. Down to lose one. Hey, orbit.
From the gun, Rivers. Under pressure again, and down he goes again. That sack by the DN, Danico Autry.
Brandon, I think you understand the type of afternoon this offensive line is having. It is a long one for them. Long for you to spend it with me. Long for them trying to block those guys. They've given up a whole lot of sacks, and the speed and quickness of that defensive line is eating them alive.
12 yards on the return that time. And the Colts will go on offense here, 1st and 10. Luck and the Colts come up now 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. Play action. It's Luck. And he'll toss this one incomplete. Seeing no options, he throws it away.
Yeah, that one sailed on him. You've got to make sure you give your receiver a chance to come down inbounds because they are very gifted. They'll make the circus catches, but they make them out of bounds. That does you no good.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. On 2nd down, here's a run with Mack. Some fancy footwork, but not much room to operate. Just up past the 25 and no further.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Forcing incompletion on 1st down, then you're able to shut down the running play on 2nd.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback in the expected passing situation.
Throwing on 3rd down, Locke. Chargers able to get the pressure and bring him down. Credit the sack to Joey Bosa. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
The Chargers take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
Set, round 80.
58, come on. Here we go, here we go.
They'll start on the ground. This is Gordon on 1st down. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, this big defensive lineman will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
A 1st down there on a pickup of 25. A nice little completion there by Phillip Rivers. And you and I were reading the article yesterday, 5th grade. Rivers had to do a project where he had to make a poster about his dreams and aspirations. So he clipped out a football player from a magazine article and pasted his face on the helmet. That's what he wanted to be, and it turned out okay.
Not so bad at all. Remember, he's the son of a coach. And on that play, I think he made the old coach proud with that completion.
They only got a yard out of that last completion, and that makes this 2nd and 9. Now Rivers. He's going to air one out. And that is intercepted. Or was it? Wait, they'll say no. No interception. He did not keep the feet in bounds, apparently. So that's just going to be an incompletion.
9 yards to go.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
That's the way.
Hey, go orange. Orange.
58, come on. Hey, watch the screen, watch the screen.
Hey, seam 6. Seam 6.
To the air again here, Rivers. Throw to the right here to Gordon. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or two shy of the 40. The Chargers passing game rolling a bit here. They've got another 1st. Cool under pressure right there, escaping the pocket and finding what I think was not his primary target.
And some of these guys are just so comfortable getting outside of the pocket that they'll do it on purpose. It doesn't even need to be a breakdown. Just they move, and they know it affects the defense because a lot of times you get lost in coverage in the secondary, and I think you're exactly right. Wasn't his primary target. Found a secondary guy who sprang open, probably because of his movement out of the pocket.
At the 41-yard line.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Caught on the left side by Benjamin. And brought down, but able to get it to their 30-yard line. It's a 1st down on a gain of 10.
I like watching the wide receiver screen because it's a real teamwork play. Because guess what? The guy catching the ball, he'll get all the credit. But how about the people up to block in front of him? Either fellow receivers or offensive linemen. That makes that play a really nice timing play, and sometimes it can break big.
They'll run on 1st down. Gordon. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on first down.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11. From the shotgun, it's Rivers. And that'll be incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down, however. Let's see what that's about. So the contact came before the ball got there, and the flag is thrown.
Timing is everything, isn't it? And it's so hard to cover these great receivers. They have such great body control, and they can fake you out. In this case, as you described, got there before the ball got to the receiver. Penalty flag had to come out.
Here's a throw out wide, complete to his running back right side. Nothing on that one. It'll be 2nd down. Back now at Dignity Health Sports Park in Carson. It's Charger football, but they trail here as we get going in quarter number 4. Phillip Rivers, no stranger to fourth-quarter comebacks. He's led the Chargers back to victory 26 times coming into this year. But work to do here if he wants to add another notch to the belt. Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Rivers to Gordon, out left. 22 yards there, a first down.
We can talk all we want about football being a game of strength and brawn. It's also a game of mismatches, and they're trying to create one there, getting it to their back out of the backfield to make a bigger play.
As we often say, get it to him in space, let him use his leg.
Yeah, if he can get a matchup against a linebacker or maybe a defensive end dropping out in a zone blitz, he's going to win that battle just about every time.
It'll be a 3-yard pickup, and it brings up 2nd and goal.
Brings up 2nd and goal at the 5-yard line.
And the ball smack dab on the 5-yard line. Here's 2nd and goal. To throw is Rivers. And down he goes. Pressure gets him back at the 14. The linebacker, Darius Leonard, to play.
Throughout my career here in defensive coaches always say, guys, you've got to earn the right to rush the passer. And they put themselves in a great spot with this big lead, and they know they've got to throw the ball.
These pass rushers have to be salivating. It is pin your ears back time indeed.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything to warrant the flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. All right, so they needed 2 scores to get back in the game. The field goal there, maybe not exactly what they wanted, but the necessary first step.
There's still time remaining, and there's enough time to get it done. They've got to get at the least a 3-and-out here to get the ball back, preferably a takeaway.
Luck and the Colts come up now 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Check.
Out of the gun, Luck. And the Chargers rush is going to get there. Down he goes. Joey Bosa picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon. You never want to give up a sack. From the O-line's perspective, they hate it for several reasons, especially because they felt like they let little brother down back there in the pocket.
Oh, no doubt. They have a ton of pride, and they go into every job.
He's got a man, complete. That one good for 37 yards.
That was an excellent read right there. Saw cover 1. That means it's just a single high safety. So you know if you throw the ball to the outside part of the field, help is going to be a little bit late getting there. And he puts one out there for a big-time completion.
Hey, 58 is a mic. Go 58. Monday. You gonna see me in your nightmares.
Alert 3.
On. 49. Referee.
On first down, Hines. And able to push forward for right around 3 yards down to the 42. Well, with the fumble he had earlier, we know how key keeping the football is here. That fumble earlier probably at the forefront of his mind. Just hold on to this thing.
It's also at the forefront of the mind of the guys who are trying to get the ball from him. And since they've seen him drop it on the ground before, they're doing everything possible to have him do it again. They need that turnover.
Defense. Let's go, defense. And here we go. 58. 58. Come on. 65.
On 2nd and 7. Luck. Ebron with it over the middle. He'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. That one a gain of 20 and a first down. Defensively, they're okay with that. Short little route, tackle him inbounds. Okay.
All right, cliche alert. It's time for someone to make a play because they've got to have something bigger downfield. They can't just take what they give them. They've got to force it and make something big happen for them.
Check, check. Lucky.
They'll run on first down. It's Hines. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down. Able to stay in bounds, so the clock keeps rolling. And this defense right now backed up in the red zone. Another touchdown, it's over. They've got to stand tall quickly.
Been in this spot before. Now there's a little bit of desperation creeping in. And all you're doing when you're talking to your defensive teammates is, first guy there, hold him up. Second, third guy in, rake at the football. Get it out. We've got to create a turnover because one more score, and this game's over.
4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a third down. This drive, it's been a good mix. 3 passing plays, 3 runs, hitting on all 3 of those passes, and the last one putting him in the red zone.
So wouldn't you think play action right here? Because you've got the ability and had the ability to run it in, throw it, go play action, and take your shot at the end zone.
They'll try and run for this with Mack. Yeah, boy, a good surge defensively. It'll depend on the mark, but I'm not sure he got there. The Chargers going to signal for the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. Vinatieri's kick is good, and that will extend their lead even further. A big one there. That gives them a little cushion and makes it a 2-score game.
Yeah, bled a little time off the clock, put some points on the board. It's not totally out of reach yet, but it has to feel pretty good to them right now because as a defender, you go out on the field and say, guess what? You can put some points on the board, but that won't beat us.
And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line.
At their own 22-yard line.
So Rivers will lead the Chargers up 1st and 10 at their own 22. They'll start the drive with a run by Gordon. And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
Well, that's pretty symptomatic about how things have gone here. That play was just shut down right from the start.
And not going to give them a lot of confidence to help turn things around. Caught left side, Williams.
Heady on that one, huh? Getting out of bounds before the 2-minute warning. They get an extra timeout, extra opportunity to move the ball downfield. Very smart football.
The Chargers on 3rd down, 3 for 7 so far in this game. This will be 3rd and 5. From the gun, Rivers. He's going to launch this thing way downfield. Defenders giving chase, but I don't think they're going to get there. And all the way in for a Charger touchdown. Hunter Henry. Already his 2nd touchdown here in this opening weekend. And the Chargers have made this a 1-score game. There's certainly some importance to this one now. After the touchdown, they could get this down to a field goal with a 2-point conversion. Back to throw. Protection was great. He had time to set up a campsite. But in the secondary, though, they were ready.
And I think that in most places on the field, if you have that much time to throw the ball, someone's going to shake free and you'll find an open receiver. But condensed near the goal line on a 2-point conversion, all that extra, there's not any extra field. So it kind of closes in on them, and that allows you to cover a little bit better.
Some good games around the league here early in week 1, and this one's shaping up to be as good as any of them as we come up on a 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to get this one down near the 45-yard line. Now the Chargers will use the second of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play.
At the Chargers' 45-yard line.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
QB drop. Check 43. Let's go, Mexico. Greystone, Travis. Reggie.
They stay on the ground. Again, it's Hines. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. And now the question everyone's wondering, look at the clock, late 4th quarter. Do they put the ball in the air here on 3rd?
I don't. I run the football, and I tell my offensive line, no leakage up front. I don't want my running back hit as I hand the ball off to him. I don't want any type of an issue. But if I am going to throw it, quick throw, out to the perimeter, maybe one of my best receivers running a quick slant or something like that.
Luck. And he gets it to Funchess complete. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. Last play, they got stuffed at the line. Different story here, over 20 yards. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10.
4 down.
The Colts in victory formation now as they take the knee.
A loss of a yard. Brings up 2nd and 11. 24-yard line.
Double time.
Even. 4 down. Even.
They go down to a knee, and the new campaign off to a good start. It's a win here in week 1. An extra cornerback now in the game for the Chargers here on 3rd. So this